Welcome back, everybody. We're going to pick up right where we left off here on Bannerlord. We are once again at war with the Aserai, and this time we're not going to quit until we have conquered a good bit of their territory. Now, none of this helps me to move forward with the story because Aserai are not part of the imperial culture, so those don't add. But this is really just about building my strength so I can take on some of these other stronger areas. Now, you can see here the Northern Empire, not real strong. But I'm just not sure how I can get at them right now. So honestly, I'm just gonna try to continue to build my wealth back up. I've got to get my influence on the positive side again, and I'm going to continue to build that charm score and also work on my honor. Those are all important things that will help me to build my kingdom. Right off the bat, we find ourselves in combat against a party that was raiding one of my villages. And we've got a nice force. We've got 115 foot soldiers. We've got 60 archers who we're going to put up here.
Move!
A small force of mounted troops. I wish I had more of them.
Attack!
And we're going to send them to go deal with these guys that came at me. Eventually I want to get more horse archers. I'm going to get up here and put these guys in a better situation.
Archers! Move!
That should be a good spot for them right there. We're just going to continue to watch the horse combat. Alright, come back, guys. No, not you.
Footmen, follow me!
I recall my horsemen now. Get them back. Because this is not how we want this to go down for the rest of the combat. We're going to let those guys break off. It looks like we're going to have to move forward, though. I don't think they're going to allow me to sit back and wait on them. Alright.
Everyone, follow me!
Let's do it. So he's waiting up on high ground for me. That's actually really smart. We're going to try to find some opposite high ground that I can get my archers on, if possible. It doesn't look like it's going to be possible, though. Here they come. Okay.
Infantry!
Infantry. Right here.
Move!
Go.
Arrows!
Archers up here.
Forward! Soldiers! Infantry! Attack!
I actually want to fight through these guys. I want to get over to the horse archers and deal with them. It's kind of hard to ride up on this hill to do this, though. Alright, I guess we've dealt with this army effectively enough, and there's another one real close by to them. There we go. There's not a lot of renown or influence, but every little bit's gonna help. You arrived just in the nick of time, Melchizedek. You have my deepest thanks. You are welcome, sir. I will take the prisoner. Oh, I was gonna release him. Darn it. I've got to make sure I do that so that I can gain the fame, or not the fame, the honor that goes with that. We actually want to let him go. I don't know that it matters now because I didn't do it when I had the chance. But we'll see. Nah, I didn't. Darn it. I've got to remember to do that. Oh, we've got got another siege going on here. This is why the Aserai have been getting weakened so much. There we go. We're going to have opportunities to hit these guys. We're going to fight these battles and then clean up by releasing the nobles. And I'm hoping eventually... First we'll try. No, that's not going to happen. Eventually we get our honor on the positive side, and then I can start recruiting more folks. All right, so that battle went fairly easily. Didn't lose a man. Killed 35, wounded 12. And this time we've got to remember to let him go. So it helps my relation, but more importantly, I'm hoping it'll help with my honor. But I don't see that happening so far. I'm going to dump these recruits. I guess maybe we'll see when we get out of this screen if anything happened. No, nothing's happened with my honor, so I don't know if that just doesn't happen anymore or if we just have to do it enough to where it makes a difference. All right, well, this is going to be an interesting one. We are outnumbered 2-1. This is going to be a real test of what we're able to do. So we're going to go ahead and dive into this fight, and I would expect we should get some massive amounts of renown because of this.
After me!
And I'm going to have to play this one smart. So we're going to back up. Actually, I think what I'll do is I'll
Infantry!
go ahead and put my infantry right across here.
Move!
I'm going to get my archers up here. And hopefully we can do this quick enough before he really gets up here at me. Because he's coming. I'm going to back up so I can see this a little better. Okay. We're going to spread them out right there.
Move! Footmen! Forward! Mounted on move!
And we're going to send the horsemen down. At least while we deal with that guy. Oh, that was quick enough. Alright, let's put the horsemen up here now.
Forward! Move!
And then we'll just kind of watch and see what happens. This is going to be interesting, to say the least. He's still got a lot of mounted troops. Well, I want to wait until...
Infantry!
Let's move the infantry up a little bit.
Move!
We're going to have to play this one just right.
Infantry!
Because with heavy numbers like that, I can't really kind of be careless.
Charge!
Alright, let's charge the horsemen in. I'm definitely going to have to go down and do my part. So far, so good. In the end, it comes down to the skill of my troops, and my troops are just far superior to his. Although we are taking some casualties, which I guess I should expect. Looks like I lost a good bit of my infantry, actually. He's heading up toward my archers now. I'm about to fall. That's not going to be good. I should fight my way out of here if possible. No, darn it, I fell. Okay. That's okay, we're doing alright, but we are definitely taking some deaths for a change. But I'm about to have the edge in manpower. You can see that the kills are about 3-1. We've lost 24 men, though. I mean, that's pretty significant, but this is going to be a major victory for me. We're taking out probably a good 10% of his army. His overall army for his entire kingdom. But man, it's tough to lose 28, 29 dead. You can see now the numbers are almost identical, even though I was outnumbered 2-1. Alright, there you have it. 26.5 renown, 18 influence, 11 morale, but 30 killed and 42 wounded in my army. You are fought well, you are free to go. That gained my charm skill, but that's not what I need. I need honor to go up. It's helping my relationship slightly with these folks, but yeah, nothing is happening with honor. I don't know if there's anything I can do. to improve my honor if those things aren't going to do it. 95 prisoners. We know there's no way I can hold that many. In fact, I can only take about a third of that number. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to release all the recruits. There's 50 of them. We'll let them go. They're really not a big threat. We'll release the 15 tribesmen. Beyond that, we've still got double the number that I can handle. So we're just going to have to start going after all the tier 2 troops and tier 1 troops, I guess. And just hang on to the ones that are a little better. And hope that we can recruit some of them to our army before too long. And we'll just stick with that for now. Yeah, I know that's too many. At least these battles and this loot is going to help me start build back up. And I'm going to have to head back to my castle and get these 47 wounded to recover as I'm being pursued by another enemy army. All right, well, I ventured back out, and there was this army that was besieging Ukba Castle, which was no longer held by the Aserai, and I've managed to talk him into joining our side. And he's going to want some money to make it happen. And I don't have a lot right now, but what I do have is a lot of loot. And so maybe we can start to just give up some of said loot. I don't know. Take a bunch of this. Because I haven't had a chance to sell all the loot yet. So we'll try that. All right, we managed to do it. And that also gained me several points in charm. So those are really helpful things. And that gets me some desperately needed troops. You can see that the lake rats left me some. Even with adding him, I'm only at 721. Which puts me at a great disadvantage against the Aserai, but I also relieved the siege that was happening on Ukba Castle there. I don't think I have any ability to make armies right now because of my influence, and I still don't know why that went down. Maybe somebody can explain that one to me. So I ran into Churig from the Lake Rats, and I went to talk to him about switching his loyalty, and I didn't even have to do anything. It just automatically gave me the 4 points I needed. Apparently all I need to do is bribe this guy, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with some mules. That doesn't seem like it's going to happen too easily. Maybe some horses. I don't know how much money. I've got to get into a town and sell some of my loot because I'm getting dangerously low on funds. But we definitely need all the help we can get. There we go. We got it. All right, the Lake Rats have joined me once again, so let's see where that puts me at now. That gets me up only a 793. It didn't really improve things that much, but... Oh, look, there is Unquid. I believe he's the king of the Aserai, and I believe that's a force we could handle easily, unless he sends another army out. But it looks like it's just going to be us. Even odds. I don't care about your thoughts on politics, honestly. But he doesn't want to fight me. Of course he doesn't want to fight me because I've got the numbers. Okay, so here we go. Once again, same strategy. Man, this is about as desert as it gets here. Spread our bowmen out here. Put our infantry down there. Man, I've got to get some more horsemen. I've got such a small number of those right now.
Stay close.
Come with me, boys. Yeah, I think we got him. Ah, he was still on the ground. All right, here they come. Up here on the hill. We're going to charge down at them. My horse has an arrow in its head. We're going to let them get into my infantry, and then we'll come into their flank. Actually, we're going to go back after their archers.
Give him hell! Infantry! Charge!
Ah. Hey now. Dang. This guy doesn't want to die. Alright, let's get out of there. Alright, I think we got him. We lost a few, but for the most part, it was a slaughter. Even odds, but we lost 9 men killed, 5 wounded, killed 73, wounded 47. That's the power, I keep saying it, but that's the power of a highly skilled force. We've captured their king, who I'm going to let free. Again, it helps with charm, but it doesn't appear to do anything for honor. So we're going to have to, I think, probably do some quests and fulfill those quests honorably. I guess might be the only way to actually gain honor. All right, we've gone into a village or into a town, and we've finally made back a little bit of money, get up to a more respectable amount that makes me feel a little bit better about things moving forward. We're going to also continue to level up and get a better skilled force. I've really got to start recruiting more horsemen because I just don't like how few I have at the moment. But we'll get there. All right, so my castle is under siege, and I went to talk to this guy, and apparently now my charm skill is so high that certain people, as soon as I talk to them, they just automatically jump on my side. So I can see the benefit of building that skill. Some are not quite so easily convinced, but that's 91 men that I just switched to my side that I was about to attack. Now, I wish I could form an army because I desperately need them to go relieve my castle, which is under siege by almost 600 men. But because of this issue with my influence being so low, I just have no way of forming any kind of an army at all, because it's just going to tell me I don't have the influence to make it happen. For some reason, he broke the siege, so I'm gonna go in the castle and I'm gonna hang out here for a little while, because if it comes to it, I can defend that castle. There were almost 800 men there. So I really lucked out there. Now, I'm quite sure I'm not going to be able to complete this, but I'm going to go ahead and start besieging this castle because it's only got 96 defenders. If I can somehow manage to complete this to where I can assault. Oh, no. Yeah, that's what I figured would happen. There's almost a 400-man army coming after me. Now, what I'd like to do is if I can run in and grab some of the defenders from my own castle, maybe I can draw him out. Because he's on his way. No, he's defending that castle. Okay, he's not going to come after me. Well, it was worth a try. I might take a larger force and try to do that anyway. So I've been working on this quest for quite a while now, and it took forever for me to gather the 27 sheep that this guy wanted. And it looks like I finally completed it. I don't know if that's going to help with honor. What do you mean quest timed out? I arrived just now to deliver it to him. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. The moment that I arrived to deliver him the sheep, it tells me the quest failed. Oh. That's really frustrating. So how do we go about forming a caravan? I need to pay at least 18,000 to hire the 29 caravan guards. All right, so I, for once, don't have that much money. Interesting. All right, we're going to form our first caravan. We'll let Ajin Iron Eye lead it. Call my men to help you form a caravan. I hope it brings you a good profit. All right. I hope it does too, because I'm basically out of money at this point. So I forgot that I had 40 prisoners in my castle here. So we're going to actually grab them, and we might go ransom them, because that'll at least gain us some much needed funds at a time when I have very little funds. So we'll head back over to the town where we just were, and we'll ransom them. It's not going to make me a ton of money, but it's at least going to get me by, because I am about 3 days away from completely being out of money. So I very quickly got to find a way to make some funds. All right, well, I went ahead and traded in the prisoners that I had. I also sold a few things. That's gotten me up to 65.95, which will maybe get me 4 or 5 days. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back over this direction, see if we can besiege another castle. I feel like the Aserai are pretty weak at this point, continuing to battle against two separate forces. And this castle here, which is close to my Ayin Balik castle, seems like a good place to go. They've only got 118 defenders. So we're going to go ahead and besiege the castle. And the second our siege camp is complete, we're not going to build anything. We're just going to go at it with ladders and hope for the best. I've got a slight advantage in manpower. I think I can take the castle. Alright, so here we go. We'll take a few casualties early on, but once we get up those ladders and get enough men up there, I think they'll probably fall pretty fast. Now again, this particular castle doesn't get me any closer to completing that quest, since this is not one of Imperial culture, but right now I'm not concerned about that. I'm more concerned about building my power base and getting myself to the place where I can sustain going after some of those bigger nations. So we'll get up here, we'll let these guys start doing their thing. I don't want to be the first guy up the ladder, but once my people start going up the ladder, it may take a little while before I can get into the castle personally. So let's go ahead and get dismounted. We'll see if we can at least help out with my bow a little bit. Try to take out some of these guys that are up top while I can. Nice. We'll help them break their way on. See if I can get this guy here. Nice. Alright, every little bit helps right now. So it looks like actually the deaths are pretty even at the moment. But the more men we get up there, the much more in my favor it's going to go. Thankfully he had a pretty weak defense in this castle. Yeah, I can't get that guy. Alright, I think at this point we're just going to wait our turn to get up the ladder. So we've lost 12. We've already killed 17 of his. Almost everybody's on the ladder now. Come on, boys. Do your thing. Oh, wow. We lost a lot of guys now. That kind of surprises me. There, now we're starting to see some green. Come on, boys. Alright, we've lost 45 between killed and wounded. But now pretty much my whole strength is in there, so now we're starting to see a big drop off in our deaths compared to his. I'm probably not going to get a chance to engage in any more of the combat. Alright, we're just about there. Looks like we're finishing off the last of them. He's got one guy left somewhere. So it looks like our total is going to be 23 killed, 29 wounded. But we will inflicted 82 dead, 36 wounded, 32 renown, 24 influence for that. And that gives us another castle. Now we've got to try and make some money. Hopefully we can add some of these prisoners to my force very soon. Let's go ahead and get our available upgrades taken care of. Oh, we've got quite a few actually, which is good because we did lose some men there. And we got some nice loot that I'll be able to turn back around and sell. Interesting that it puts me outside the castle that I just took. So let's manage the garrison. We've got 2 troops defending, so this is going to be a problem for us. There's just not a lot I can leave behind without basically giving up the rest of my army. Okay, so important decision to make. We've got to decide who gets this castle. For the first time, I've got somebody else I could give it to, and I think that's actually what we're going to do. Because like I said before, there's nothing personally to be gained by owning this castle. I'm just trying to build my power base, and if I can do that while simultaneously making somebody else happy, then that's definitely the way to go. All right, they've got the castle, so that's not my problem anymore, but it does add to the prosperity and strength of my kingdom. Hopefully he will go and reinforce that castle, because right now there's only 2 men defending it. We've only got 79 in this castle, so very tenuous hold right now on all of my holdings. I've only got 675 total strength. You can still I still see the Aserai have tremendously more, but they are, I believe, still at war with 2 separate kingdoms, so that helps. In the meantime, we've got to head back over, sell all the loot that I just gained, and hopefully put off the issues that I'm facing financially. Right now, the expected change in finance is only minus 500. That's a lot better than it was, because I've gained that new income from a new fief that I've got, so that helps a lot. So will trading off all of these items that I just looted, and hopefully that gets me in a much better position financially. Alright, that helped a lot. I'm back up to 14,000. So now what I've got to do is start building my army back up again. Maybe reinforce the 2 castles that I do own. And in the meantime, take a look at any possible recruits we can gain among these prisoners that I've taken. But then also look at who's never going to join me and turn them into some additional finances. And it appears that the castle that I fought hard to take has already fallen back into the enemy hands. They did, however, lose a lot of troops in doing so. You can look at diplomacy. They're down under 3,000 troops now. So it looks like we're going to have to take it back. Or we might take on this army here that looks like they may be headed toward my other castle now. That castle's not going anywhere, because between the militia and the garrison, they've got 234 defenders. I'm going to watch and see if he actually does besiege the castle, because I think my 119 men can probably take these guys on. But it looks like they may just be riding past. So I might try to go ahead and destroy this army in the field before I go besieging that other castle. Obviously, the ideal thing to do would be to actually turn them to my side. I'm not sure if that'll happen. He says, "I know your name. I hear you took Barrahal Castle." Yeah, which now you took back. So let's talk and see if we can turn him. It's not going to be easy, especially with my honor continuing to be low as it is. It's not going to happen. We're going to have to get really lucky and have 2. Yeah, that's not good enough. We need to have critical successes on these last 2, and we're not going to get them. So, all right, so it's going to come to battle, and he outnumbers me 2-1, but that's not the first time we've done that. We'll probably wrap this episode up with this fight, because I feel like a lot's been going on here. This will be a tough one, as long as we play our cards right, as long as we've got a nice area. I don't know what's going on here. It looks like we've got a little glitch in the graphics going on. Looks like we're going to be fighting this one by moonlight, so that's pretty cool.
Infantry forward!
Move the infantry forward. Let's get our archers up here.
Move!
And we're going to have to protect them the best I can.
Infantry!
In fact, I'll put my infantry right here. Oh man, I don't know what that's about. Maybe there was a glitch with the latest update, I'm not sure. But that's kind of annoying that I can't even see my own guy here. Here they come. See, yeah, every time I move, it does something with the graphics there. I love this nighttime battle too. That's too bad. Might have to restart the game or something. I've never had that happen before. Alright, archers, do your thing. Oh, they're really not getting engaged this way. Let's spread them out in a better arc.
Infantry! Charge! Cavalry, give 'em hell! Out to charge!
Okay. Oh, man, I'm not even going to be able to help out with this fight because I can't see myself. What is the deal here? That's really frustrating. I'm going to do my best, but I can't see anything. Oh my gosh. If any of you have seen this happen, maybe you can give me some insight into why and what I can do to fix it. I feel like maybe just resetting the game might do the trick. I don't know. I'm just flailing away wildly here, not knowing what I'm even hitting. Doing the best I can without being able to see myself. It's interesting. My horse is about to go down, and with it myself, I think. Oh boy, yeah, I'm done. Well, I think we're in good enough shape now that that's not going to matter. Surprisingly, only 12 dead on my side. We're inflicting 10-to-1 casualties on kills. That's outstanding. I mean, I expected I'd do well, even though I was outnumbered 2-to-1, but I didn't think it would go that well. Just shows you how good my army is. There's 28 renown, 19 influence. We're almost back on the positive side. Man, I have just had so much influence. Ooh, that was a nice amount of gold, too. You fought well, you're free to go. I'm not gaining any new charm points from letting these people go, so honestly, there's no reason to let them go at this point. I don't even know if I can hold that many prisoners. No, I can't. So all the recruits, all 23 of the recruits are going to go out. And then I can just let go a few more. And we'll be good. So that helps a lot. We just defeated one of his bigger armies in the field. And let's take a look now at where things stand diplomacy-wise. Well, that's kind of weird. It didn't go down by as much as I thought. I guess it was just the killed that it went down by, and not the wounded and captured. But you can see the casualties inflicted. He still got me 4-to-1, but where's that castle? Let's go back now and see. We're probably going to have to go back and ransom prisoners first. I'll at least do this. We'll go ahead and go to the dungeon, drop off some prisoners. I kept some of them because I'm hoping some of them will actually join my army. But what we're going to do now is we're going to wait a little while. Actually, let's go out and help these guys real quick. Although they've just about got it now. So it really wasn't a lot I could do for them. Gained me a tiny bit of renown. Gave me a little bit of gold, but also probably helped me in the standing with my fellow man there. So we'll head back over here now. We'll wait for some time to allow some of my wounded to recover. And then we're going to head over and see the situation at this castle. It can't be a big force. One of our settlements is actually under attack, so we're going to go see if we can help them out. That's going to give us a chance to defeat another army in the field. Unless we can talk them out of it. No, not going to happen. Alright, I'll fight this battle real quick. Alright, that one went really well. We lost 1 dead, killed 47, wounded 14 more. And I didn't go into the fight since I can't see myself. We're going to go ahead and capture this guy because we're not gaining anything by releasing them back. We're going to have to release some of these prisoners. Not too many, though. Just a couple. Just a few recruits, honestly. Let everybody else stay with me. And we continue to reduce his capacity to make war. There's actually another unit there. We actually got to fight him separately, so that's nice. I want to take a look real quick before I fight that other unit. He's down to 2850. My strength is down as well, but even though I'm inflicting a lot of casualties, I'm just not reducing his power as much as I'd like to, or as fast. Before we do that, we're going to go ahead and get our promotions going. So we had quite a few that leveled up there. Hopefully we can get some more to join our force too. lot more leveled up than I realized. Okay. All right, there we go. Another decisive victory. 0 killed, 0 wounded. We killed 52, wounded 15. So once again, we're going to have a big force of prisoners that we're not going to be able to handle, so we're going to be letting go of a lot of them. Mostly the new recruits, because we've got to reduce this total by quite a bit. There we go. So we're back to a stable footing financially. I want to go look at that castle and see how many men he's got there and see if I can besiege the thing and take it again. And I guess this time I'm just going to have to hold it for myself. Yeah, there's only 44 defenders in this castle, so we're going to go ahead and re-besiege the castle. I feel like I just did this, but that's where we are right now. Okay, we took it again. So there's some more renown, influence, morale. We lost 9 dead, 7 wounded that time in taking the castle once again. But this time I am not giving it to anybody else. We're just going to deal with it our darn selves and just take our chances. I'll go ahead and deal with the over limit on the prisoners because we can throw some in the dungeon. Let's go ahead real quick to the kingdom screen. This time it's going to me. I don't care what you say. You can be mad at me about that all you want. We don't have a good relationship anyway. So we're going to wrap it up right there. Let me know your thoughts about all that. I know that some of this feels kind of repetitive because all we're doing is fighting and taking castles, fighting and making money, recruiting. But that's kind of how this game tends to go until you can move the story forward. So let me know your thoughts, and we'll see you again probably in 3 or 4 days with the next episode. Thanks for watching.